Hey, good evening, everybody. This is the first time that we're trying this. I'm on here for the next half hour to do a live psychic abilities chat. So jump on and type in a question, whatever question you'd like to ask about psychic abilities. Just to get started, what I want to start off with tonight is the most prevalent type of psychic ability, I would say, is clairsentient ability. Hi Heather, how are you? If you want to ask a specific question, just type it in at the bottom here. And then too, you can send likes. And this is something new, I know, for everybody. Hi Brittany. You can also share the page. I believe if you tap on the screen, it will share the page to your friends and family. Hi Jennifer. So what I want to talk about is clairsentience. How many of you know what clairsentience is? Hey Mary, hey Brittany. Clairsentience. If you notice, all of the psychic abilities begin with clair, which means clear or crystal clear. Hey, hello, must be meant to be. Oh, hey, Heather. Hey, Vicky. Nice to see you guys. So if you want to ask a question about psychic abilities, this is like a psychic abilities chat. Just feel free to type it in the box, and I will be trying to catch the questions as they come across and answer those for you. So we're talking about clairsentience. Hey, John, which is the most prevalent psychic ability that people have today. Hi, Christy. Clair meaning clear, and sentience meaning sense or sensation. So those two abilities go together, and they're located in the crown chakra and the solar plexus. You know how people will say, I just have a bad feeling in my gut about something? Hey Shirley, hey Brian. That is a clairsentient ability. It's the gut ability, or that's the empath's area that they work off of. So clairsentience is the empaths. Okay, let me see. What is the strangest psychic event that has ever happened to you? Let me jot it down. Strangest. Been told numerous times I am a medium, but I don't know how to use it. Okay, so let me get started with those. The strangest psychic thing I believe that ever happened to me, I guess it would be I ran into a doppelganger on an investigation. So we were doing an investigation in another part of the area. I can't say where, but there was a group of 3 of us, and I was upstairs and the other 2 team members were downstairs. And one of the team members I thought came upstairs, and I passed them in the hallway, and they kind of bumped into me, and I said, what are you doing up here? You're supposed to be downstairs with the other team member. And they wouldn't say anything. So I thought that was kind of odd, because the person wanted me to follow them. They kind of went like this, like, come on. And I got a funny feeling, or I used my psychic ability, said don't do it. So I went downstairs, and there were the 2 team members. And I said, you weren't just upstairs, were you? And they said, no, neither one of us. So the only determination that we could make was that that was a doppelganger that I had encountered. So that had to be the strangest psychic thing that has ever happened to me. As far as being a medium, that's a long road to learning how to use that ability. You would probably, Tammy, need to try to sharpen your skills in all of the psychic areas, and then go and maybe have a tutelage in mediumship, where a medium such as myself could probably take you to an area where we know there is a spirit who is amenable to communication, who is not malevolent. That has to be done in like a controlled circumstance so that you could practice your ability without having any fear of contacting something that may be malevolent or something that may attach to you. So let's see. Hey Roxy, hey Sarah. Let me see if we have any more questions. Yes, the gut ability, John, is also used in meditation. The gut clairsentience is also called empathic ability, or being an empath. Empathy, emotions, feeling those emotions from other people. That's kind of where the empath works from. But it's all located in the solar plexus area for the empath. Now, connected to the empathic ability is also clairsentient knowing, which is, some people will say, oh, I just know, I don't know how I know, but I know. That's a clairsentient ability too. These are the two most basic abilities. Most people will have those together, although one of the areas will be stronger. Let me see what other questions we have here. What does it mean when you can smell or feel someone who is passed on, and itching ears? Okay. Clairsentience is the most basic way that the subconscious mind communicates, or empathic ability, or feeling. So basic things like smell or a feeling is a way that a spirit can communicate. So they may send you a smell that you can actually, several people can inhale and smell this fragrance, and they can manipulate the matter to cause that to occur. They're either manipulating the matter or manipulating the brain in order to receive that impression of the smell. So this is a basic way that people who've passed on will use to try to communicate a significant, it may be some kind of smell that was specific to them, or it may be the fact that they know the smell is specific to you, or there's a memory associated with that smell. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, Roxy, were you able to get back on and see? I know the signal went kind of down for just a minute. Okay, so Ariana, you've been seeing a lot of angel numbers lately. The energy is extremely high right now in the environment, so what we're having is the summer solstice. Happy solstice, everybody. And it's also a full moon, and it is the strawberry moon. So I took a look at, what all that means for today. So it is actually the longest day of the year, 17 hours for today. The strawberry moon is the full moon right now, and they were saying that in native traditions that they recognize this particular full moon as a demarcation of the beginning of strawberry season. So that's why it's called a strawberry moon. Let's see what other questions we have. Okay, so you're back on, Roxy. Great. I'm going to try to scroll back through here and see what kind of questions we have, because I don't want to miss any. How do angels present themselves to us? Oh my gosh. There's a myriad of ways that the angels present themselves to us. They send omens, they send angel numbers, they send markers, they can cause small animals, butterflies, bees, birds to alter their course and come towards you. They can enter your dreams. They can influence you through strong feelings. So there's so many different ways you will notice that some of the ways you identify with more, and those are easier ways for you to communicate with angelic forms. If you want to follow my page, I will be doing a newsletter specifically on the following. I'm going to be doing a newsletter on specifically how angels communicate, all the different ways and examples of those. And then also, I'm right in the middle of doing a 3-part series on spirit guides. There's a lot of misnomers and things that we have believed about spirit guides that may not necessarily be true. So I am out to clear that up. And that's going to be a 3-part series. So that's going to be really exciting. So let me go back a little bit here. Okay, Sandra, I'm going to try to get to your question. How do you protect yourself from being overwhelmed with the feelings of others? Very good question. Empaths usually get a lot of problem in this area because with that empathic gut feeling and ability, you automatically connect with other people, and their feelings and stuff can always overwhelm you. So it is extremely important for an empath to practice psychic protection. I do have a video on psychic protection, Sandra, so just go to my YouTube channel and it will be on there. But also, what you want to do is do like a mental exercise where you have control of opening and closing this solar plexus area specifically, and you want to practice that at least twice a day of opening and closing that area so that it becomes kind of second nature to close that when too much is coming in. So there is a book that you can also get, Sandra. It is called Surviving and Thriving as a Psychic Empath. It's on Amazon, and it's written by Kathryn Kauffman. And it is one of the books that I require my students to have when we're doing classes. So that's a must read too. And she teaches you a lot of sort of psychic ability and psychic closing techniques and grounding techniques that you can use. So let me look back here. Have I ever been on an investigation where there was a demon? Absolutely. Absolutely. Several times. And although true demonic hauntings are very, very rare, but considering the length of time that I've been investigating properties and families, situations, 20 years, that, those few cases are spread out over those 20 years. But yes, I have actually been on an investigation where there was a demonic haunting. How would I describe heaven? Well, it's one of those things that it's different for everybody. And my classification of heaven is different from anybody else's, and so would yours be. So if I sat down a group of people, let's say 50 people, and gave them a sheet of paper and said, describe your idea of heaven, every single person would have something different on that piece of paper. So to qualify as heaven for that particular person, it has to be different. So it absolutely must be a different experience for everybody to be that heaven for you. So I hope that answered your question. Okay, if a person, this is Christy Klusner's, if a person has that gut feeling a lot, and when they do, it's always right, is that tied into psychic ability, just normal gut instinct? It's a psychic ability. A normal gut instinct is a psychic ability. Every single person has abilities, has psychic abilities. Your psychic abilities function on different brainwave states, and we all have these brainwave states, whether we choose to stay in them or not. Most people who will say, I don't have any psychic ability, is mainly because they're staying in a higher brainwave state, which closes them off to using that type of communication. Okay, so I want to make sure I get all these questions. Okay, so let me go on down. I'm going to ask a favor of you guys. If you would tap the screen and just share this post, that would be great, and I would really appreciate that. I'm just going to say hi to a couple people. Susan Shaw Farrell, hi. Jennifer, how do you turn off seeing spirits? Wow, for a medium, it's very difficult because at 2 a.m. is the prime time for spirits to want to communicate, because your brain is in a particular brainwave state that is extremely receptive for them to communicate. So you have to use a lot of psychic protection, and I'm going to direct you, Jennifer, to my YouTube channel. And on the YouTube channel is a video for psychic protection I want you to watch. And if you have any questions, just type them in the comment section, and we can go into a little bit more detail about turning off those abilities. But I want you to watch that video first. So one of the most important things to do is to learn how to close and open your ability. So what I usually tell people to do, and these are some of my students, is to visualize and even hear in your mind opening and closing your garage door. And you want to practice this twice a day, seeing it open and seeing it close. Now, when you close the garage door, what you're going to want to do is to associate closing the garage door with blocking or pushing things out and away from your mind, creating a barrier and pushing those entities that would like to communicate with you back. Now, once you do this twice a day, okay, let's just say I'm open for communication right now. I visualize opening the garage door. Okay, right now I'm going to go to bed. I am not open to communication. You're going to visualize closing the door. Once you do that enough, it is going to become second nature that when something presents itself and you're not ready or you're not in the mood to communicate, that block is going to immediately go down. But it has to become second nature. You have to practice it enough for that to become second nature. Hi, Cynthia. Hey, Randy. Hey, Lana. Hey, Patty. Donna. Hey, Jen. Let's see what other questions we have. How can I develop? Randy writes, how can I develop psychic abilities? Practice, 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 practice. But it has to be easy, fun things to do. There is a book, it is called You Are Psychic by Pete Sanders. It's on Amazon, and it will give you all of the definitions. It will go through lots of easy, practical ways to practice your abilities. One of the most difficult things about developing abilities is trusting the information that you get. And to trust the information that you get, you're just going to have to practice. The psychic ability, the psychic input that you get, the message that you receive is always different than the intrinsic thought that you're having. It's a different amplitude. It's a different sound even. It may impress you more. It may be stronger or higher in vibration. So once you learn through practice how to delineate the psychic thought from your intrinsic thought, that's the key to it. Okay, let's see. Hi, Rita. I'm trying to get free from old beliefs. How to get help from the spiritual world? You know what, Rita? I think, let me jot you down because I want to send you a video. There are so many questions, and that's part of the reason why I do so many videos, is because I want to be able to answer everybody's question in the best detail I can. And some of those will be on a separate video that I'm going to forward to you. So Rita, I'm going to send that on Messenger to you. What you're going to get is a PDF picture, but the link is what you want off of that PDF. Just click on that link and it will take you to a slideshow and it will answer those questions for you. Hey, David! How are you, fella? Hey, Mary, I would like to know if you teach enhancement of our gifts. Yes, absolutely. Before I got sick, I did classes in my home. It was so much fun. It was real small, and each class was real small. I kept it to like 10 people, and it was a lot of fun. We got to go on field trips, and we did a walkthrough of a lady's property, and the students got to test their abilities, and it was so much fun to do. Um, I haven't gotten back to some personal classes yet, but if you guys are interested in that, just private message me that you would like to attend an in-person class, and maybe I'll put another one together for this fall. I did put a lot of the stuff on the online courses, and they're on the Etsy site. And that will be, I'll put that in a link below for you when we sign off. Let's see. Hi, Tara. I visited a pioneer cemetery. Wow. Yes. And when you go to people who are sensitive or who are using their abilities need to really be careful about going to the following places: cemeteries, hospitals, funeral homes, because you can get an attachment. So definitely practice your psychic protection when you're at these places. Yes, Tara, you can bring an attachment home with you. So, and that's part of the reason this happens so frequently, and that's part of the reason why on EC site there is that citrus aura cleansing bath instructions, because lots of people will bring this stuff home. This citrus bath is something that I use every single time I go on an investigation, or if I feel like I have gotten a hanger-on, I call if I've gotten a hanger-on that comes home with me. And usually David and I can tell when we have something that has, tracked us home, because there will be more lights going on and off by themselves, doors opening and closing by themselves, strange noises, and I'll be like, okay, well, it's time to get out the citrus aura cleansing bath and do a cleansing. But that usually takes care of it. So let's see. Sheila, hi. What do I think about deja vu? That is a really good question. Deja vu, I think, comes under the category of time slips. Now, I have a newsletter on time slips that I will forward to you. Let me write it down. Time slip. I'll forward that to you on Messenger so that you can read about it. So what happens with deja vu is actually time is in waves, and the waves kind of all of a sudden cross, and you're going to see like a deja vu, or in a time slip you will actually see another time kind of crossing with yours. So that's what deja vus are. Let's see what else we have. Hey, Mindy. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Linda. What do you know about the third eye? Lots and lots and lots and lots. The third eye is located here, and it is most prevalent with that psychic knowing or clairsentient knowing. The chakras are associated with different psychic centers, and this is one of the booklets that I put together for the classes that I do. And what I did was I went over each chakra in association with exactly which psychic ability was located there. So the third eye chakra, and the color's indigo, is gateway for intuitive thought and clairvoyance. So clairvoyance and clairsentient knowing kind of channel through this. The main connection to the other dimensional forms enter through these vortices. So if you want to open this more, there's lots of meditations to do that. But if you want to practice those psychic intuition ability, of psychic knowing, and also of the other one, clairvoyance. Clairvoyance works through this one too. So those are the two that definitely work through the third eye. Okay, hey Whitney. Hey Joyce. Okay, she writes, I studied unsolved crime. How does one tune into the vibes at maybe a home where a murder has been committed and gone unsolved. So there has to be some kind of energy for you to focus on when you're doing that. There needs to be, and there's always some resonant quality to a person's name or to their picture or to an item of theirs. It contains that resonant energy. That's why mediums will like to hold an item of the person's and try to get the energy off of it. Oh, we're going to have to finish in just a second because we're at the end time and I think my phone is overheating, poor thing. But let me finish this one question. So what you would do is to focus on either the name of the person or the picture of the person or an item of that person's that has that resonant energy on it. And since all of this is done by energy, you're connecting with that energy, and then you're going to open your ability and receive impressions of whatever type of communication. Let me skip down through here. Real quick, Ariana, on full moons, it's that pull of the moon and the tides and everything that affect the body. And I'm going to send you a message on that probably tomorrow because I have a newsletter on that. I can just forward that to you. So listen, I'm going to have to sign off because my phone is wanting to shut down. But I'm going to save all these questions and try to hit up a response really quick when I go through here. You guys, thanks for tuning in. This has been so great. I am going to try to figure out how to get it on my laptop for next week so that, I can be typing responses and not have